Will the Senate please come to order? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Aquino. Senator Awa.
Here.
Senator Chang. Senator DeCoit. Senator DeCourt.
Here.
Senator Dela Cruz. Senator Elefante.
Here.
Senator Favela. Senator Fukunaga. Senator Gabbard. Senator Hashimoto. Senator Ihara.
Present.
Senator Inoue.
Present.
Senator Kanuha. Senator Keoha Kalole.
Ayo.
Senator Kidani. Senator Kim. Senator Lee. Senator McKelvey.
Excused.
Senator Moriwaki.
Present.
Senator Rhodes. Senator Richards.
Here.
Senator San Buenaventura. Senator Wakai. Mr. President,
Present.
24 present, 1 excused.
Thank you. The chair has read the journal of the preceding day and approves the same. Are there any introductions this morning? Senator Keo Kalole.
Thank you, Mr. President. Some of my bosses are in the gallery. We have residents from the Windward side joining us today for our annual legislative field trip. They met with the Lieutenant Governor, sat in on some public hearings, several of them for the first time ever visiting the Capitol, and also took a tour. So I'd like to introduce them, starting with Michael O'Neill. Please rise when we call your name so you can be recognized in the Senate. David and Judith Kim, Lynette Williams, Bill and Torcy Young, Wilma Friasema, Candace Wessinger, Vernon and Suzanne Cano, Cheryl and Terry Tyler, Essie Soares Ha'ai, Roberta Yu, who I went to church with when I was 6 years old, Grace Shin, Randy Kopp, and Sarah Henry. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Hawaii State Senate.
Thank you. Senator Elefante.
Thank you, Mr. President. Joining us here in the gallery for the 2025 Trades and Motorsports Education Fair, which is happening in the Rotunda from 10 to 1 today. First, I'll start off from students and faculty members and administration from my alma mater, Aya High School. We have the Aya High School Auto Program Instructor, Ethan Kwan, as well as Vice Principals Carlos Ramirez, Andre Alward, Aya High School students Ku'u Leilani Ching, Nathan Mitchell, Kevin Proctor, Aiko Shimizu, and they're also being assisted and also coordinated by Aya Neighborhood Board Member Tracy Arakaki, who's taking photos there. And then we also have the UH Engineering Rainbow Warrior Racing Team and Engineering College Dean Brennan Morioka and the Honolulu Community College Diesel Technology Program also in attendance, and I'm just gonna read their names. There are Blaze Barry, Elena Bolasan, if you could please stand so you could be recognized, Sofina Firouzi, Zad Husan, Ryan Kawabata, Gavin Kawaguchi, Adele Kerr, Lamar Smith, and from the Honolulu Community College Diesels Technology Program, Professor Bobby Salvatierra. He's not able to attend, but I just want to recognize him.
They're up top.
Lincoln Begona, Jeremiah Kagbag, Kagan Esperanza, Del Foster, Scarlett Ishido, Reese Oy, Selena Raphael. And last but not least, we have the president of Malama Motorsports Foundation, who organized the trades and sponsors for the fair, Mr. Charles Diaz. And welcome to the State Senate. Let's give them a hand.
Further introduction, Senator DeCoit.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to welcome who did the moment of contemplation from our office, Mr. Thomas Gomes, his dad, Brian, and Barbara Gomes, his mom and dad, as well as my office staff, Seta, Jesse, and Richard. If you'd please stand. Welcome to the Senate. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Rhodes.
Thank you, Mr. President. About 20 years ago, when I was first running for office, I was knocking on doors in Mayor Wright homes, and I met the woman that I'm about to introduce you to. Her name is Lynn Vasquez de la Serna. And one of the problems she noticed when she was a resident there, and don't believe she is anymore, was that a lot of the kids didn't have any shoes or anything. They didn't have any slippers, they had nothing. So she founded the Hawaii Slipper Foundation, and this is its 20th anniversary. Lynn, can you stand? Their goal is to be sure that kids at least have rubber slippers. With her is Janine Donahue and Kana'i Donahue and Kaleo Donahue. Could you stand too? And finally, one of her biggest supporters, Gail Eckert. I think she's here, maybe. Oh, there she is. Welcome to the Senate, and mahalo for all your work.
Senator Sen Buenaventura.
Thank you, Mr. President. Present with us today are members of the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. There are 43 of you, so please could you all stand? Okay. Thank you so much. Today we recognize these dedicated community leaders for their invaluable contributions, unwavering advocacy, and commitment to improving the lives of those affected by cancer. And on behalf of the Senate, we thank you and we welcome you to the Senate. And Mr. President, may I have permission to enter all of their 43 names in the Senate Journal?
When you turn them into the clerk's office, so ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Lee.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have the great distinction and honor today to welcome a few friends here to Hawaii. As folks may be aware, we are members of a larger network of state legislators from across the United States, and here with us today are one of the organizers of that collaboration, the Council of State Governments West, two members, Edgar Ruiz, the CSG West Director, and Will Keese, the Professional Development Manager. Welcome to the Senate. Welcome to Hawaii. And Mr. President, I had one other friend. I couldn't see everybody behind me in the gallery. I may be missing folks, but one in particular who stood out over the years. He's a principal of Kaiser High School who has taken the school to enormous heights. He is also an avid Star Wars fan, and he is exceptional at using the Force of nature and drive of his staff to really get the job done. So welcome, congratulations, and thank you for joining us today. Oh, and his name is Justin Mew. That's what happens when you try to come up with a Star Wars pun too quickly.
Senator Elefante.
Thank you, Mr. President. There is also one more friend of ours that's in the gallery is Honolulu City Council Member Tyler Dos Santos Tam. Welcome.
Was he here to watch Mr. Gomes do the contemplation? Further introductions? If not, Senator Kidani.
Thank you, Mr. President. We continue our celebration of Education Week with our next group of honorees. On behalf of yourself, Senate President, I would like to recognize the Kapa'akawai Waimea Complex Area Teacher of the Year, Leah Iwohi. Leah is an example of what it means to be an exceptional teacher. Her dedicated 35 years of commitment to her students' growth, both academically and personally, has transformed countless lives and inspired her peers. Teaching a wide range of career technical education, CTE subjects, including computer science principles, media productions, and science, technology, engineering, math, STEM, capstone. Leah's ability to create a dynamic and inclusive learning environment has not only fostered a love of learning, but has also cultivated a sense of belonging and purpose among her students. As we honor her today, we recognize the profound impact she has had on our schools, students, colleagues, and in our community with a long-lasting legacy. Once again, please join me in congratulating Leah Iwohi. I now turn the floor over to the Senator from District 9.
Thank you very much to the Senator from District 18. As the Senator for District 9, please join me in acknowledging the 2025 Senate Youth Delegate and constituent of District 9, Ethan Yang. Please stand. Ethan Yang is a rising star in civic leadership. He has a heart full of passion and a mind brimming with innovative ideas. Ethan serves as student representative of the Hawaii State Board of Education, and he also serves as Kaiser's student body president. Ethan has already reshaped his community for the better through his relentless drive to make a difference, coupled with his strong enthusiasm. Ethan is a true leader who has the ability to connect with people from diverse backgrounds. He continues to demonstrate his commitment to creating meaningful change. Please join me in congratulating the 2025 Senate Youth Delegate, Ethan Yang. Mahalo, Ethan. I now turn the floor over to the senator from District 23.
Mahalo to the senator from Kahala. At the age of 10, back when he had been in just the 4th grade, this Hau'ula resident had one goal in mind: clean up our community and send kids to college. Now, 7 years later, with nearly 2 million bottles and cans recycled through his nonprofit, Bottles for College, this teenager has awarded 9 scholarships to local kids. Representing Ko'olauloa via the North Shore, put a round of applause together for Genshu Price. This 17-year-old has already helped prevent about 150,000 pounds of trash from being dumped in our landfill. His nonprofit is getting set to award another 3 to 4 scholarships this year, and he's graduating a year early to head to the University of Hawaii on a full ride. We recognize this year's Prudential Emerging Visionary Awardee, once again, Genshu Price. I'll now send it over to the senator from Kailua.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to the senator from the North Shore. I'd like to recognize, led fearlessly by Principal Kevin Diaz, Cocoa Head Elementary as the National Blue Ribbon School. Mr. President, it is with immense pride and great excitement that we gather here today to celebrate an exceptional leader and educator, Principal Kevin Diaz. Under his visionary leadership and commitment to academic excellence, Cocoa Head Elementary has achieved the prestigious honor of being named a National Blue Ribbon School. Principal Diaz's dedication to creating an inclusive, dynamic, nurturing learning environment has empowered both students and staff to reach their highest potential. His innovative approach and passion for education have not only transformed Cocoa Head Elementary School, but has also inspired a culture of continuous improvement and excellence. Today, we honor a principal whose tireless efforts and remarkable achievements have set a shining example for educators everywhere. Let's give a warm and enthusiastic welcome and congratulations to Principal Kevin Diaz, National Blue Ribbon School recipient. Thank you. I'd like to turn the floor over to the senator from Wahiawa.
Thank you so much, Senator from Kailua. As a resident of my district, I'd like to take a moment to recognize Principal Lynn Ajifu of Milani Ike Elementary School, who unfortunately could not be here today. Under Principal Ajifu's visionary guidance, Milani Ike Elementary has not only reached new pinnacles of excellence, but has also been honored with the prestigious National Blue Ribbon School Award. Principal Ajifu's innovative spirit and dedication has created a nurturing, inclusive, and dynamic learning environment at Milani Ike. With a heart full of passion and a mind brimming with fresh ideas, Principal Ajifu has fostered a culture of continuous improvement and excellence. Congratulations once again to Principal Lynn Ajifu and Milani Ike on the reception of the National Blue Ribbon School Award. I now return the floor back to the Senator from Milani.
Thank you to our senators and our colleagues today for and the honorees that they have honored today. As an important reminder of the profound kuleana we share in shaping the future of our state through education and development of our keiki. Mahalo also to the Department of Education, Pamela Goodwin, and Hawaii State Charter School Executive Director Ed No for joining us in the gallery today to support today's honorees. Are you here? Thank you. Thank you. I also encourage everyone to take time tomorrow to visit the Hawaii State Teachers Association's information booth on the 4th floor lanai. From 9 a.m. to 4:00 p.m., they will be sharing valuable insights on the challenges and successes in education and how we as policymakers and community members can better support our educators. I look forward to continuing our celebration of excellence in public education with more floor presentations tomorrow, where we will have the privilege of honoring even more outstanding educators, administrators, and advocates who are making a difference in the lives of our students. Senate President, I now yield the floor.
Thank you. Are there any further introductions? If not, Madam Clerk.
Beginning on page 1, Governor's Message numbers 735 to 738, transmit nominations to various boards and commissions.
Governor's message numbers 735 to 738 are referred in accordance with the referrals on the order of the day. And of course, I did forget to say, if you'd patiently sit for about 5 minutes, we're going to wrap the agenda, adjourn, and then the members would like to individually congratulate you and get some pictures. Madam Clerk.
Beginning on page 2, Standing Committee Report numbers 1098 to 1136 for adoption.
Senator Wakai.
Mr. President, I move for the adoption of Standing Committee Reports numbers 1098 to 1136.
Senator DeCourt.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Any objections? If not, the motion is carried.
On page 7, Standing Committee Report numbers 1137 and 1138 for one-day notice.
So ordered.
Referrals and re-referrals.
Referrals and re-referrals are made in accordance with the supplemental orders of the day that may be filed later today.
No further business, Mr. President.
Are there any announcements today, Senator Inoue?
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to request a waiver of the public notice requirement pursuant to Senate Rule 21 to hold a hearing on HB 511 House Draft 1. Your committee is requesting this waiver to meet the second lateral filing deadline.
The waiver is granted. Senator Inoue.
Thank you, Mr. President. Your committees on Water and Land will hold a public hearing on HB 511, House Draft 1, on Thursday, March 20th at 12:30 p.m. in Conference Room 16. The notice was filed in the clerk's office this morning. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Are there further announcements? Senator Kidani.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to request a waiver of the public notice requirement pursuant to Senate Rule 21 to hold a hearing on House Bill number 1088 HD1. Your committee is requesting this waiver to meet the second lateral filing deadline.
The waiver is granted. Senator Kidani.
Thank you. Your Committee on Education, Hawaiian Affairs, and Housing will hold a public hearing on House Bill 1088 HD1 this Thursday, March 20th at 1:00 p.m. in Conference Room 224. The notice will be filed with the clerks today. Mahalo.
Are there further announcements? Senator San Buenaventura.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to request a waiver of the public notice requirement pursuant to Senate Rule 21 to hold a hearing on HB 1079 HD1, HB 1098 HD1, and HB 1334 HD3. Your committee is requesting this waiver to meet the second lateral filing deadline.
The waiver is granted. Senator San Buenaventura.
Thank you. Your Committee on Health and Human Services will hold a public hearing on HB 1079 HD1, HB 1098 HD1, HB 1334 HD3 tomorrow, Wednesday, March 19 at 1:10 p.m., Conference Room 225. The notice was filed with the clerks this morning.
Thank you. Any further announcements? If not, the chair has one. There will be a leadership meeting immediately after the picture taking in room 409. Senator Wakai.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate stand adjourned until 11:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Senator DeCourt.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. If there are no objections from the members, the Senate will stand adjourned until 11:30 a.m. tomorrow.